When a company reports good numbers, like many we saw tonight, but its stock pulls back, we need to investigate. Consider the case of Lam Research, the semiconductor capital equipment maker that's in the process of buying KLA-Tencor, a terrific deal that I think will make them a titan in the industry. Now, last night, Lam Research reported a seemingly strong quarter with an 8-cent earnings beat off of a 10-cent basis on inline revenues. Shipments were very strong in the company's key geographies, Japan, Taiwan, China, Korea. Management gave very bullish guidance the next quarter. Initially, therefore, the stock surged up more than $1 at the opening today. But then it started sinking and ultimately closed down $1.85. I think a lot of this is simple profit-taking, given that Lam Research had run up dramatically going into the quarter, with its stock gaining nearly 26% from the market-wide lows back on February 11th. But we want to be sure, like at the top of the show, that the times they aren't changing. So before I tell you to jump on this pullback, let's dig deeper with Martin Anstice. He's the president and CEO of Lam Research. Learn more about the quarter and the state of the KLA-Tencor acquisition. Mr. Anstice, welcome back to Mad Money.
Jim, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
First, we're in kind of a profit-making mode. All the tech stocks are going down, basically, and I think you might be caught up in that, because when I read through things, I see that this deal is going to continue to deliver, and I'm quoting you, compelling value to a transforming semiconductor industry. I know that some people are concerned that one of your cohort of customers makes DRAMs, but isn't the overall panoply of customers very, very strong and needs a lot of new equipment from Lam?
No, I think the headline for the semiconductor industry broadly is innovation is never more valuable, never more important. And some part of that is a challenge for innovation to overcome technical challenges, and some of it's economic. And you're right to say that at a macro level, the PC headlines and the DRAM headlines are kind of well publicized at this point, and we adjusted our expectations a little bit since January. But the 3D NAND marketplace, the SSD growth opportunities, and the strategic spending in logic with 10 nanometer ramps ahead of us, compelling opportunities for the company. And obviously, we're very excited about our performance, but also our prospects.
Now, I know that the market has loved the KLA-Tencor deal, not closed yet, but can you just tell our viewers what the customers see that they like about it? Because we talked about it once, more off camera than on, frankly, because a customer really wants Lam for now a kind of a soup to nuts proposition versus competitors. I want you to lay out the value statement for what they get.
Yeah, I mean, always a strategic action like this is a byproduct of two things. It's a byproduct of need and opportunity, and maybe opportunity is the best place to start, because the foundation of Lam Research is a tremendous platform of strength for us to execute a transaction like this. And we characterize that strength in 3 or 4 ways. The first one is that there are technology inflections in the industry, 3D device architecture and multi-patterning process flows, that we're right at the center of enabling. And last year, we believe that the proportion of wafer fabrication equipment spending focused on inflections was about 33%, and by calendar 18, perhaps more than 55%. So that area of opportunity is a wonderful platform of strength for the company, number one. Number two, we've been broadening the product portfolio. We started off as a single product etch company some 5 or 6 years ago now, when we competed for 12% of wafer fabrication equipment spending. Subsequent to our actions in the last several years, now more than 30%. The action of KLA will take us to the mid-40s. So we compete for a greater proportion of what's available and what our customers are spending. Number three, market share story, and probably calendar 15 was our best market share story in the last 5 years, and well publicized recently by some independent analytics. The story of market share is a strong foundation. And last but not least, strategic relevance, and therein lies the partnership with need from the customer. And one of the responsibilities that obviously we have as a leadership team is to define our destiny, and that's a very important action. And I personally invested for several years in conversations with customers so that I had the strategic direction of the company as right as day-to-day operational. And so getting our customers invested in the partnership of Lam and KLA was a multi-year work product before we ever announced a deal. Subsequently, the interactions I've had have been overwhelmingly positive. I think our customers are genuinely excited about opportunities for the integrated process and process control solutions, And we're very invested in obviously meeting on delivering our commitments to customers and enabling their business roadmaps and their success, in turn giving us opportunity.
Okay, what would help, I think, because I think tomorrow, again, there's going to be a lot of scrutiny in tech, and people are saying, well, maybe DRAM's obviously not that good. NAND, who knows how strong. Some of the other applications that semiconductor companies need your equipment for that are totally next-gen and innovative, I would love to hear you say what they might be.
Yeah, I think the cloud headline for enterprise, the IoT, the wearables, the automotive, the MEMS agendas, they are all enabled ultimately by the ecosystem that supports the semiconductor industry, equipment and materials, and Lam Research is playing its part in that opportunity. So we see a resurgence of spending on what we would have traditionally called legacy technology nodes, but legacy technology nodes sometimes are central to enabling new businesses, new economies, and new marketplaces. And we're excited about expanding our business opportunities.
Okay, so let's make it,
well.
Bring it to life a little more in a human fashion for our viewers, which is, which are the devices that you're changing the world with? I mean, that you're part of the chain that for our people at home to say, oh, you know what? That's why I need Lam Research. That's where they fit in.
Yeah, I would say the more difficult question to answer is, what are we not involved in? I mean, the reality is there's not a single piece of electronic components of substance in the world today that is not manufactured using the semiconductor equipment of Lam Research. And that's a grand statement, but it's a commentary on a consolidated industry, and it's something that we take very seriously. We have tremendous opportunity. We also have tremendous responsibility. Well,
excellent. Martin Anstice, the president and CEO of Lam Research. Thank you so much for coming on Mad Money, sir.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it.
You heard him. Literally, every device needs chips, and the chips need to be made with semiconductor equipment and tested by them with Lam Research. Mad Money's back at you. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.